Two Slight Pepper.
Can't complain.
Always getting better. We watched Thor, Love and Thunder, Marvel's latest big movie in the connected Marvel Cinematic Universe. And we have some thoughts about it. We have some thoughts about what's good, what's bad, and we're going to give our opinion about how we personally would have made the movie a lot better. I'm somebody who's been watching the Marvel movies since inception. Okay? Since Iron Man 2008, all the way up to this point in time. And the product has dramatically changed. So it was
An experience.
So it was garbage.
Really?
Yeah, it was really bad.
In my opinion. How will you start first?
Coming out hot!
It's a Slight Pepper part 8 here. But go ahead.
Slight, that was heavy.
That Slight Pepper, I didn't say anything. You wanna start or you want me to go ahead first and you could wrap it up nice?
I'll start.
We think about so his progression up to now, from the first movie you've seen to the last one that we recently saw. We think about Thor's progression as a character.
Thor has no character progression. He's constantly in the loop of I'm trying to find myself. He started off as like this big macho god, where he bout, he arguing with his father, them kind of thing. You get banished to meet this woman. You kind of sort of find yourself in that movie, only to get reset in other movies where it's like he constantly doesn't know himself or his place in the universe despite being Thor.
We think about Jane Foster coming back.
I don't think it was needed, to be quite honest. I don't need a female Thor. I don't like the rehashing of a character as a woman, and then when it is you rehash the character as a woman, you then make the male version I had all the time, the established male version, look dumb or insignificant in some way. So Thor, in the whole movie, Thor have the intelligence of a bucket.
We're such a stupid idiot.
Jane Foster is out here. Somehow you come on the scene with borrowed powers, but you more powerful than the actual god.
I wouldn't say she was more powerful. That's incorrect information.
Okay, fine. Alright, she's not more powerful, but your name had to be elevated as his. More elevated than his. He's Thor, so you had to be the mighty Thor. And you have a problem if someone calls you Lady Thor.
What do you think about Valkyrie?
That character's a waste of time. It could take she out of the movie completely and she would not be missed. It's such an empty character that just dead. Even have a scene where she just in the background with the rock guy. If you ask me, those two characters didn't need to be in the movie at all.
What do you think about the display of gods?
I thought they did a terrible disservice and misrepresentation of the character Zeus. Like if you know anything about Greek mythology, Zeus is an asshole. Zeus is a whole douche. Zeus takes what he wants when he wants it. He don't care about nobody. I's the leader of the gods. I go let my dick swing whichever way I want it to. That's fine. I am perfectly fine with that. But you see, when you want to put this man in a skit and you want to make him fat, you want to have his hair brown, you want to put him in a little mini skit thing. Zeus here is white, is a big, tall, hulking, strapping ass man, and he does not wear a friggin' mini skit. There's no reason for him to tiptoe down some steps in gladiator sandals reaching all the way up his calves and holding the skate as if he's a female. There's no reason to feminize the men in your movie. That is something that highly agitates and irritates me when watching stuff. When it is that come on, I want to stop watching the movie. Because how it is you could do that? And then the accent the actor put on. What was that? What shit are they doing?
What the fuck is wrong with you? I want my money back right now.
This is what they want people to pay them money to come and watch. I must go movie town and spend hundreds of dollars on food, my money on my ticket, come and sit down comfy and watch that shit? No. There's another thing. I don't know if plenty people will notice this, but when it is they go to the part where it have all the other gods where they introduce Zeus, it have a dumpling god. The dumpling sit down on a chair or some type of podium, some type of platform the dumpling was on. And the dumpling there glowing, looking
Cute face and all, cute face.
Cute face and all, looking like an anime character. And I just like, but where does this fit in the entire tone of the movie? There's a man apparently running around murdering gods. He's supposed to be the villain, right? You see a little bit of his backstory. The movie jumps straight into his backstory. He was like this poor guy, and like all the people die out. His daughter die in his arms. Oh boo-hoo, real sad. But despite God, the God Butcher being his name, you only see him kill one person in the beginning. Show me that man killing some gods. Because I need to know what it is I'm invested in, not just when it comes to the main character, but also to the antagonist. What are we doing? Was this just a movie just for me to focus on Thor and Jane relationship and the weird relationship he have with the hammer and Stormbreaker, the axe? But Stormbreaker, you know, like some teenage girl, anytime she boyfriend look at her next girl, she like,
But I still love you.
Also, what was that?
Well, she's what you would call a normie.
Yes.
Right? So you have somebody here, you heard all her opinions from the normie perspective, meaning somebody who just came into this content and is seeing some of the good stuff and the flaws. For me, it was horrible. I could wrap it up real nice. It wasn't very good. So it was garbage. His character progression is awful. He's a blithering idiot, as they did say. He doesn't take things serious. Most things is a joke for this guy. People around him do the same thing. He's trying to find himself when it comes to the continuity of the reality of time. Us watching 10 years, can't find himself yet. He's trying to find himself in the continuity of the timeline. In the movies, I think that might be more. Can't find himself yet. Jane is a waste of time. I don't know why they bring back this character from so many years ago. I think 8 years ago. She was in the last movie, the Thor Dark World movie. She was in there. She was our centerpiece there too. Damsel in distress type of feel. Good for her. She come back now as Thor. Waste of time. She acted as best as she could, but in my opinion, the movie didn't need her in it.
No.
Even if you want to put her in it, it could have been done better, and we will get to that. In my opinion, in her opinion. But Valkyrie, waste of time. She didn't need to be there. She was like the referee in wrestling matches. But if you ask me, she don't need to be there. It's like she's not there, but she's there. Korg don't need to be there. It seemed like, you know, what going on with Thor, if it is time to use a real world example, what going on with Thor is he lambing around people who lesser than. He lambing people who take things for granted, make too much jokes, don't take things serious. So he by default will be like that.
Yes.
You will be the default of the people you're around most of the time. Right? Top 5, top 3, whatever the case may be. Too heavy handed with the comedy, the goats thing. Fuckery.
Yes.
Right? The thing about the Stormhammer and Mjolnir having some type of passive aggressive relationship with their owner.
Stormbreaker.
Bullshit. The depiction of gods. Bullshit. I don't know how it is you could go in a movie theater and watch this movie and come out really satisfied with what it is you have seen, because it could have been done so much better. So is somebody who's supposed to represent some of the most masculine traits of manhood. Loud, strong, you know, presence, testosterone.
Like how he
Right.
was in the first movie.
In the first movie, he was a little of that. I thought it was going to get more of that, but
Yeah.
in the first movie, it had Jane to simmer down that nature like most females do, which is fine.
Yeah.
Most females, when they introduced a movie, just like most little girls, when they introduced into a show. Take Logan for example. Wolverine only got really, really hyped into the savageness of Wolverine when it is he found out his potential daughter was in danger. When it is she was around, he was chill for the most part. But when it is he found out she could be in danger, he lost it. Right? So it's like these female characters, whether they be a little girl or a big woman that they're in a relationship with, they do something to the character and they diffuse them. If placed properly in a good enough story, with proper storytelling, it could work nice. Basically with Jane having cancer, Mjolnir healing every time she holds the hammer, it seems, seemingly, when she drop it she get back cancer. That's, but let me get into it. How do you think it could have been a little bit better? What would you have liked to have changed about this movie?
Jane Foster should actually be going through the repercussions of having cancer. She doesn't act like a sick person. She doesn't behave like a sick person. If it is, you're talking about like she is like she has not accepted and refuses to accept that she has cancer despite feeling sick, despite feeling weak, and you looking for a way to somehow cure yourself. It's like you still refusing to say that I have this thing. It's to the point where she doesn't act like, like anything is wrong with her. And I don't think that that's proper storytelling. How the person be experiencing what it's like to be that sick, because they say she cried in stage 4, but yet you want to be walking around and eating snacks, everything like normal. At least I don't agree with that. She still have all she hair too, despite being at stage 4 cancer, where this thing is basically like eating away at your body, and you have all your hair.
Tom?
I give up. One thing I would have changed about the movie, as I've explained to her, Jane has cancer. Jane happened to get Mjolnir. Don't explain it to me. I go with all what the movie's saying, right? But leave all the cancer information with Jane alone. Do not tell Thor. Don't tell Valkyrie. Don't tell Korg. Don't tell nobody. Anytime she goes private off screen, like that moment in the movie where she went in the washroom by herself, give her a moment where she feeling tired, weary, she will faint, she want to fall down. Give her those moments. Keep it private, keep it a secret that she has cancer. Don't tell nobody. So when it is the end of the movie come, when there's the big fight, and there was a big fight, have it so that in the middle of the fight she can't make for some reason, and people seeing she going on, throwing she hammer, the pieces busting and killing all kind of stuff. In the last fight show, or the last fight I should say, show that she can't make them, but she drop into she knees, she getting tired for some reason.
She can't heal as fast.
So and Valkyrie watching, she like, what happened? He do something to her, to where when it is that fight finishes, she had to go in the hospital. They're like, why? What are you in the hospital for? Is our God? What problem you could have? She had cancer. So distraught. Valkyrie like, what? I thought we was girls. You ain't tell me nothing, but she want to keep it a secret, to not worry anybody. Keep the secret that Jane has cancer. She could have cancer and she could become so all the day long and not have it properly explained to me, right? But if it is, you keep it amongst Jane alone and tell nobody. When it's revealed in a way, it will just destroy everybody when they need everybody to rally and come together and come up with a plan. They had to come up with something to save the children and got kidnapped from New Asgard. She now all of a sudden being a burden and busting, she have cancer.
Yeah.
You had to study about something else now. You could even give me the same way she was in the washroom and she had the hammer in she hand. As soon as she drop it, she get back cancer. Excuse? Keep it a secret that she has cancer. So that when it's revealed, it's a dramatic event. Yeah. Right? It's stonewalling everybody. You have cancer, Jean. Why didn't you say something? Why keep it a secret and have it before, the minutes before or the hour before she kissing, so they get back together, they good, to seeing her future. She seeing her future, but she kinda half-hearted when she smiles, half-hearted when she stays. She kissing him and thing, but only she know the secret. She have cancer. She wanna tell him. She trying to look for the best time. All these things question she mind. When it is she also having a good time, when they in the middle of battle. But in the end, the only time so get to find out is her in the hospital when he want to look for Jane. Maybe it has some kind of echolocation with the fucking hammer that's so like, with Jane, I could sense for Mjolnir. I'm gonna go there one time, boom, as soon as he go. Why is Mjolnir in a hospital? See Jane on the bed. She had cancer. That would be more interesting in things though.
It would be.
With Gore, I want to say one thing about him. Gore, the God Butcher, that title by itself is supposed to wreak fair among any god or any being that could be killed by the necro sword. Right? That is comic book lore right there. When you hear gore, you're like, run, bitch. Right? But in the movies, as I say, Christian Bale do what he could do concerning the script, and he looked like other characters, like she say, like Uncle Who?
Uncle Fester from the Addams Family.
He look a little like Quan Chi, a little bit too from Mortal Kombat. I didn't like how it is he died in the ending. I thought he could have still lived. I didn't see why he had to die. I don't know why he died in the first place. Did the necro sword take your life essence? Was he sick prior?
You supposed to tell me, does it take your life essence?
I think it would, but that was not explained in the movie. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
I'm looking for exposition here. I'm looking for reasons why things happen, the way they happen, when they happen. Why? Right? If Gore was sick prior, and I have not read a Gore comic before, I'm approaching it with a little bit of the normie perspective from what I see in the movie. And it's some bullshit. Movie was awful. How much you get out of 5? How much doubles you get now? How much doubles out of 5?
Half a double.
Half a double. So I mean half a double. So is either 1 doubles.
1 doubles.
We now making the rating here, baby. So it's 5 doubles, right?
Right.
A double could come half 1 bar.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doubles. How much doubles they giving it? You can give it half in between, like 2.5 doubles. How much you give?
I'll give it 1 doubles.
1 doubles out of 5?
Yeah, I didn't really enjoy the movie. It wasn't an enjoyable experience. I think more so children would enjoy the movie, because at one point I have children with Thor powers too, and they can maybe like see themselves there. So
Yes.
and all the goofiness, like with, like I say, the dumpling god or the screaming goats. I could see children liking that every time they go to them on the screen, they're screaming their head off. They might get our 5 doubles, but I'll give it 1.
I would rate it no doubles. Do not
Wait,
see the
could I
movie.
do that?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Okay, if I had to get that rating, remember we working it out, building it like while we flying it.
Right.
But she give it 1. I guess I'll give it a 1 too. 1 out of 5 doubles.
You do that
Okay.
backwards.
I know. 1 out of 5 doubles. Okay, the movie wasn't very good. I will not ever be watching this back again.
No.
Like you don't know what to watch. Say, watch a Marvel movie. What's going on with Thor? I like Thor. No way. I'm watching this again. Anything music?
Go invest your time in other content.
You can watch something else here.
Yeah.
Watch something else. Wherever that may be, don't get me in trouble.
But everybody like to